Okay, hello everyone. Instead of creating an announcement about uh, about counting your words for the multimodal project, I decided to do a video because it'll be so much easier, and you can kind of see what I'm expecting and what I plan to talk about. Okay, so what I have done, I have taken a presentation from last semester. The students, this is a 1301, and they completed ethos, pathos, and logos, similar to what you all are doing, but on a different article or opinion piece. Last semester, they did one on the Jetsons, and the Jetsons, is for those of you who don't know, is a cartoon created by Hanna-Barbera back in 1962, and it's futuristic. So they made a lot of predictions about the future in it, and according to Stephen Downes, the author, said that a lot of the predictions that were made in the Jetsons came true, while others didn't. So the students had to analyze his argument and then create a multimodal presentation on their findings. Okay, so I'm gonna switch this to the slideshow mode, and I'm gonna go back here. Okay. So one of the things that you're going to notice about the presentation is how, because multimodal, one of the elements of it is spatial, meaning that the air that is in the presentation doesn't overlap and it doesn't overbear the audience. So you're going to see a lot of white space, a lot of color space. So the goal for you all is to make sure, especially when you're using text, is to limit the amount of text that is on your presentations. So that means that the amount of slides that uh, you have no limit on those. The main point is just make sure that you don't overload the texts or the slides. And as I go on into these slides, you will see that everything is pretty airy. Okay, so you see in the first slide here, this is the introduction slide, and I actually created this one just as an example. So, knowing that the Jetsons is a futuristic cartoon, I decided to use a lot of futuristic elements. Most of it is created through AI, so I used Gemini to create it. You are welcome to use AI, Gemini, any one of those to create any photos if you like. It's your choice. Okay. As you go on into the next page, you'll see there's going to be a mixture of elements here. You're going to have text. You're going to have an AI generated photo of Aristotle here, and then I'm going to jump into some videos. So instead of using text to explain ethos, pathos, and logos, I found a YouTube video and plugged it into my slide. Okay, so that page is complete. Okay, you're welcome to take that scheme if you want to. I want this to always happen. Okay, so I'm going to go on to the next page. Go to page 3. I have more text in a GIF of the Jetsons. I have daughter Judy, George is the dad, Ju- Ju- Jane the wife, and then Elroy is their son. Okay. This is an introduction to, once again, you have to other suggestions. Once again, you have to explain the article, give your readers or your viewers a little background because they may or may not know what the article is about. Notice also the limit of words. There's not a lot of words here. Now, you can adjust the font size and make it work or what have you, but you can, as long as you keep the word count low, okay, because you don't want an essay on a slide, okay. So make sure that you have everything spatial and appealing to the eye of the viewer. Page 4 here is a continuation of the explainer. So once I introduced what the Jetsons was about, I went into uh, the significance of the cartoon. And all these elements here in this is an AI generated photo. Most of these things are touched on in the article. So in the article, he talks about, his name is Stephen Downs, he talks about the electric uh, vacuum cleaner, although it's a robot. Rosie the robot, it was a person in the cartoon, but today we use the, I think, I can't remember, Rover, I believe that's the name of it. We kids play with games or that are AI generated audio and technology tools. When during Zoom, we talk to each other like we're doing now. I'm talking to you through Zoom. Okay, that's what George Jetson and did with his boss. They talked to each other through the television. Okay, and they predicted that back in 1962. Okay, uh, so here's two photos of the same thing, uh, replicating that theme. Okay, so it worked perfectly. So make sure you use your imagination and come up with some things that explains what you're trying to convey using the elements that you've chosen. Okay, so in this one, I have used a couple. Just you, showing an example of ethos. Okay, so what I've done to make sure that I'm keeping it to 40 words or less on the screen. I have I used two slides, two photos, different types of photos, and then text. Okay. So here I explain how the author establishes ethos. Then I have a photo here of Rosie the robot. Okay, that's who I was speaking about before. Okay. Now the next photo is a little bit got into the AI creativity here. Okay, so I needed a photo of Elon Musk and Aristotle. Okay, because that's pretty much Downs mentions Elon Musk in his article, and I wanted to connect it to the father of rhetoric. Okay, so I prompted AI Gemini to create this photo. And one of the things you have to do is make sure that you go into and make sure you have your ethical AI working. So I had to research the photos that Grok came up with. I didn't use Gemini for this. I used Grok because Grok is Elon Musk's AI. So I said, well, they should have some pretty decent work of him. So I found this photo here, or created this photo for me. I did my ethical research on the Aristotle statue. Okay, so I found that the statue is in Rome in a museum, but Elon Musk wasn't there, so they just put Elon Musk there to give it some validity to what I needed. Okay, uh, so that's that. This is the last slide. Now, if I would have had pathos and logos in there, it would have been a lot longer. But this is the works cited page, and once again I used AI to generate a futuristic photo of Aristotle. Here's all my sources, the resources that I use. You're going to have to create a works cited page, because, like I say, we're still going to stay within the lanes of plagiarism and ethical AI use. So you're going to have to cite everything that you have used. Okay, from the um, the article, you have to cite the article. If you use any other articles, you're going to have to cite those. And especially if you use AI to generate any photos, any videos, any audio, you're going to have to do that. Okay. So that's all for this edition. So in my next video, I'm going to explain how to count your words for the assignment.